Real Housewives of Potomac, darling. I know I like to call my basketball wives girls old and petty because they are. But this is another show that can be labeled as old as petty and old and petty as well. The way that some of these women act on the show is just why. But anyway, we're gonna give it to y'all. Okay, so the ladies, they're all on their way to Cannes, France. Now, after Monique begged Robin and Giselle to go, they finally decided to go on the trip. But they're just strictly going to hang with each other. You couldn't have paid me to invite them heifers on my trip. You couldn't have paid me. But, they actually are paying, Monique and the rest of the ladies, darling. And, so we got to sit here and act like she paid for the trip and, whatever. So anyway, y'all know how this stuff goes on these shows. Anyway, it started off with Giselle. She's meeting up with her mom. And she's saying thank God for her mom because, when certain things like this, when she has to go out of town, her mom will happily babysit her 3 girls. Yeah, thank God for y'all. But this is the same mom that you didn't want to help out and move in when she was, when she was thinking about leaving Texas and stuff. You didn't want her to move in with you and get her a place with you because it'd be on Sherman's dime. It's the same mama that you love so much that you didn't want to take care of. Giselle, please. Anyway, but I love her mom. Her mom is a real sweet lady. Nothing like her daughter. Nothing. So anyway, they're talking and she asked the girls to go. They're out at a restaurant. She asked the girls to go and wash their hands, and then she used that as an opportunity to talk to her mom about Sherman. Now, the whole thing that happened with Sherman, as to why he's not with Giselle. Apparently the fame or the news article or whatever is too much for him, and I just think it's a combination of things. It's a combination of that. It's a combination of Giselle moving too fast. It's a combination of Giselle wanting to parade a relationship all around the world. A combination of him having to take care of 3 little girls. A combination of his wife, his ex-wife, being a part of the show now, Kendall. It's just a combination of things, I think. It's usually never just one thing as to why somebody breaks up. So, yeah. So, they're talking, and she was just like, hell, if y'all didn't mesh, y'all didn't mesh. We all wanted Giselle with the man, I think his name was Chris, last season. The guy, kind of, caramel complected, curly hair, real, R&B vibe, real, as yet. Last night, I found love. Y'all remember As Yet? I saw the sun, the moon, the mountain and the rivers. I saw heaven when I made sweet love to you last night. Y'all remember As Yet? Child for the 90s. He looked like one of them members. Real Creole kind of looking brother. Caramel complected, curly hair, whatever. He was really nice, really sweet to Giselle. But she didn't want him for whatever reason. I think Giselle liked darker skinned men or whatever. But that was your man right there, Giselle, and you messed it up. And look what happened. Dumped down by the riverside. Hey, down. Come on. So it is what it is. So moving on from that, Ashley had a scene where she was FaceTiming or talking to, through the phone. Robin, and apparently Robin's sick. Hopefully she gets better. And they were talking about the whole trip, and Robin just feels like she was just like, even though she's going on the trip to France with Monique, she really just don't trust Monique. And Robin, Monique has a way of getting her way out of things and out of bad sticky situations. And I just don't trust her. I just don't like Monique. Then whore, why are you going on the trip? Obviously, I know they're contractually obligated to go on the trip, but why are you going on the trip? Like, if you really don't like a person, this is her birthday that we're celebrating, for God's sakes. That's a special time, and you just come and bring in negativity. If the producers asked me to beg somebody to come on the trip, like they did Monique, I don't know if I could have did that. Especially people that I know cannot stand me, and my God, the feeling is very mutual. I just don't know. It was awful just sitting back watching that. I was like, what the hell? So anyway, so they decided to go to Whoop. So Monique, she has this line called I think it's Not for Lazy Moms. It's a website that she's building up, but she's selling her own products on essential oils, etc. She says she's googled oils that help heal everything, and instead of, she mentioned that when her son was 1, he had real bad sinuses and they wanted to give him antibiotics. And she said that, no, I'm not giving my son drugs. Apparently what she did was she used oil, and his symptoms was gone in 3 days. So, essential oils and stuff is the business. It really is a good thing to know about and learn about. I'm trying to learn about it a little bit myself. Here by here, there by there, darling. So, but I would still took them antibiotics. As a grown ass man, as a working man, I need some antibiotics. Plus it cleans you out. It's a good natural. I don't know how natural it is. It's a good, cleans you out when you're constipated and things. We not gonna sit up here and let our bullshit like we all don't shit. Everybody just shit. We just shit all day. Some of us shit 10 times a day. My favorite place is the bathroom. To be honest, I can't be bothered. I'm chilling in my own little corner, in my own little chair, where I can be whatever I want to be, like Brandy. Okay, so moving on. So all the ladies are out there in the airport. Karen arrived first. Then we got Ashley hopping out. We got Giselle, and then Candace, and pretty much everybody showed up except for Robin. Robin had to take a later flight, or they was able to get her. I don't know what's going on with Robin. I don't know. She had to, do something for Juan before she left, or whatever it was. They're all talking, and it was just like, oh hey girl, whoop to whoop. So what ended up happening was, I guess when they got to the airport, they mentioned to Monique, it was like, hey sis, we got 3 more seats on first class. Would y'all like to take it? So her and Candace, her and Sharice ended up going on first class. I didn't think it was a big deal. It's her birthday, whatever. So we all got to France. They all got to Canes, darling, and they was able to actually get on the island. It was they had to get on a helicopter to get there. So I'm sure that was cool. So it all looked nice. It's beautiful. Can't none of them speak French really that good, except for Ashley, because she took it in high school. So yes, I used to know some French words back in elementary. I got to brush up on my French and Spanish. I just feel like these days it's just certain things that's important to know. French, Spanish, CPR, how to swim, sign language, all that kind of stuff is important to know. So anyway, let's see. So they did that. They showed Sharice and Candace conversation on the plane. So they arrived there. Monique did something very nice. Once again, I don't think I could have done it. She had one really awesome room left that was available. She had the master suite because it was her trip and her birthday, but there was also like a smaller suite that was still super nice, and so she decided to give that suite to either Giselle or Robin, and they had to pick the person who would take the suite. Giselle, she was just like, well, since you and Robin almost came to blows, we'll let Robin have the suite. Then Robin said, and True bowed down, let me crunch and curl my tail. When Giselle walks into the room, in true Robin fashion, she was just like, well, y'all had some issues too. What exactly did she say? And she said, well, y'all, had. Well, no, she said since me and Monique did actually fight, it might be best if you get the master suite. And so Giselle just took the key and was just like, thanks, bitch, because, I wanted it anyway. She knew Robin was going to do that and dodge it right on back to her and give her what she wanted. She knew that. Because for whatever reason, Giselle is Batman and Robin is Robin. Robin is Robin. So I don't know why that is. Okay, so they was having fun. They all met up. And basically this was just a big shade fest. They all met up and they was eating, chilling in Monique's suite, I think. And Giselle, she decided to ask Karen how's the whole perfume business thing going. And she was just like, it's going well, thank you. And then Giselle was just like, well, how's the business? Are you about ready to launch? And Karen was just like, are you about ready to launch? Giselle and her questions, child. She's very shady, but she's not slick with it. Everybody knows what she's doing. And Giselle was just like, I am a business. I have launched already. Why would you ask me that? Because you came for her, Giselle. Giselle's so unlikable, y'all, and I really wanted to like her. I think she's a strong woman. I can love and appreciate that. I think she's beautiful, obviously. I can love and appreciate that. But other than that, Giselle is just so unlikable. It's crazy. And Robin's is unlikable too, but she's a little bit more likable than Giselle when she's off around Giselle. But when those two get together, I can't stand it. I can't. I would just leave the room every time they come in there. So, of course, then Robin started making comments to Karen, let the leader follow, and then here comes the follower right behind Giselle, making her comments to Karen, and, just, oh, what are you doing? Are you still lying and whoop to whoop? So then Ashley, she decided to add her 2 cents in, and she asked Karen, did she still stay in Great Falls in that big house? Her and Sharice was talking in the background. Apparently, according to Ashley, because Ashley's nosy ass got all kind of sources in Potomac, credible sources, and somebody said that Karen no longer stays in that big house with her and Ray in Great Falls, that she now stays in a townhouse. Karen explains that there's a townhouse right beside her big house. Her son is staying there until he can earn up some money to get his own home and whoop to whoop. Sharice had some tea. She was just like, yeah, do y'all see all the furniture that's in Karen's home? She was just like, when most people move, they take their furniture with them. Karen didn't take anything. She left everything in the house. So definitely it's a lot that's going on with Karen in terms of the house and financial and money wise and all that. And Sharice was just like, it's self-furnished. It was already furnished by the time she got in there, which could possibly be true. I mean, who knows what's going on with Karen's finances and where she really staying at. If she's staying at the Marriott or the Motel 6. But at the same time, y'all, who gives a damn? Leave that lady alone, child. If she wants to pretend and live in the clouds and all, let that lady live in the clouds. Y'all just so concerned. Like, she seems fine. She's fine when she's sleeping at, and that's okay. I mean, hell, if y'all was really her friends, she would tell y'all the real tea, probably. But she know y'all not. So, I wouldn't say shit to y'all either. I mean, hell, look what y'all do with information. Y'all spin it and flip it, and a mess. So Giselle thought that it was cute to because Monique made a comment talking about, everything gets nitpicked in the circle and all this. So Giselle, she thought it was cute to say to Monique, well, Monique, since you're talking about the circle, we want to know, why did you separate yourself from everybody else? Monique was just like, because I'm grown as hell, I can do what the hell I want to do. What you talking about, girl? Why did I separate myself from everybody else? Because this is my trip. Because I paid for it. I paid for, the first class. And if I could afford first class over coach, which one? Why in the hell? She was like, oh, it's not about the money. And, Monique is known for talking about the money. But that's something I would have said too. It's just like, what the hell does it matter? Ain't we all sitting in the room together right now? Then we all arrive at the same time? Just because I done got off before you? Child. What is a mess. A mess. Just so petty. Oh my God. And so, Monique, she used it as an opportunity. She was just like, you know what? I'm just really going through something right now. And Giselle was just like, what you going through? And Monique was just like, well, me and my husband had a really bad argument before we left. And, it's always like an issue when it comes time for my birthday. Well, Giselle says, does he have an issue does he have an issue when it comes time for your birthday? Is the reason he's having an issue is because your birthday is about you? And Monique was just like, I definitely think that's part of it. She was just like, he's a spoiled athlete and he don't realize, and a lot of men and some athletes and just men in general, a lot of men feel like still to this day, a lot of crazy ignorant men feel like women have their place and they should just stay at home and raise kids and be happy that I'm paying the bills in this house and just live it up and be a socialite. But as soon as you try to build your own brand or be your own businesswoman or do whatever you want to do, I'm not really going to support you like that, because you're supposed to be supporting me. Like, Chris gives me that type, even though I love Chris and I think he's a really good person. He gives me that type that he just want Monique to just, be Monique at the house, and Giselle's just like, some men, because Giselle has a lot of experience, and Giselle knows that life, because she was married to Jamal Bryant, a very famous pastor. So, she knows that, a lot of men will never accept their woman being somebody, being more famous than them or being more successful than them. A lot of men can't take that. And she was just like, well, you have to be prepared for the fact that he can't take that. And, then what you going to do then? A part of me secretly feels like Giselle wants Monique on the level that she's on, single and, dumped and down by the riverside. And that's, a part of me feels that way because, Giselle's just... We still don't know the root reason as to why Giselle don't like Monique. We still don't know the root reason. And the feeling's definitely mutual now, of course. And Monique has her issues and she's done some things. But at the same time, the way that Giselle hates is just crazy. That's just crazy. Okay, so what else happened? So Candace, feeling, like this was an opportunity to spill some of her tea. She used this as an opportunity to say that, that's just a man thing a lot because my man's not famous or as successful as y'all men are, or not an athlete or whatever, but that's just men in general. And she went on to say how Chris called her a princess and how she don't like being called that. And she brought up the whole purse situation, how at the party, after the Black Continents event, she made Chris hold her purse while she went to go do something, and that's when they got to the argument. And she said, you suck, you come from the trailer park, and you just like your tired ass, slop ass, drunk ass daddy, and everything else Candace said to him. And he called her a tired ass princess with a wig on, and she didn't like those comments. And she was just trying to relate to the girls, trying to talk, and Monique was just looking, at her because it was a little out of place, but she was just trying to, relate to y'all. Like, y'all didn't have to laugh at that girl. Monique looked at Giselle looked at Monique. They both started laughing, falling out laughing, and all of them started laughing, except for Karen, and Robin. I don't think Robin was laughing either. Because Karen likes Candace and stuff. So yeah, Candace just trying to fit in, but it was a little out of place. But as far as you being a princess, Candace, you are, sis. But maybe honestly, I don't think she's a bad person or nothing. Maybe I think she's cute as a button. Maybe she just ain't got nothing else to talk about, y'all. She ain't got nothing else to talk about but her and Chris and the marriage and her parents and all that. Well, she ain't got nothing else to talk about, y'all. Leave her alone. I didn't like that. I don't like seeing people laugh at somebody. Okay, so in the midst of all that, before that happened, Monique, she talked to the girls about, when they're go on these trips, they plan different play dates and what they're going to do for the day, activities and all that kind of stuff. And one of her activities was she was going to meet up with some perfume lady. I guess she was doing this for Karen, to test out perfumes and all that. And she was also gonna have the ladies try essential oils and kind of get into her business that she's trying to do with not Lazy Moms or whatever her website is called. Not for Lazy Moms, I believe. And Giselle in the camera hating. She was just like, don't nobody want to be bothered with Monique and her baby oils. Now, did I fall out laughing? Yes. And is Giselle right? Yes. But it was just so ugly to say. Some things you should just keep in your head, but on reality TV, the nastier you are, the better, darling. It was funny as hell, though. It was rude, but it was funny. So yeah, I was like, Lord have mercy. But I imagine coming on the trip, you don't want to just smell oils, and when you want to explore the city and all that. But depending on how long y'all gonna be there, y'all gonna have time to do all that. So just do this one thing for this child, and plus it's her birthday. Once again, why did you come, Giselle? Why did you come? Oh Lord. Okay, so moving on, we get to the final scene where all the ladies are in the lobby of the resort or the hotel where they're staying at. And they're all chilling. They're all waiting for Robin. It was just like, what's going on with Robin? I thought she had diarrhea. But, they didn't necessarily say what was going on with Robin. So it's just like, Lord, it's just Robin being Robin, child. So y'all sitting out there, Giselle, she was talking about, Karen, you ready for walking? Because Karen had on tennis shoes. I'm just, who the hell finna be walking around canes and heels all day? Like, that's y'all. Like, Karen is a mature woman. She's practical, at times. And she was just like, child, I'm gonna put on the shake and go wig, and I'm put on my tennises and gone out the door. So it's just like, just a mess. I swear they find any little thing to talk about. And it was funny again. Giselle was kind of funny on this episode. I really, really want to like Giselle, but she's just so... She just tries it for me. I don't know what it is. Beautiful and battered. Battered and beautiful. Not like a pancake, but like... I don't know, hell. So anyway, let's see. So they ended up walking out. Giselle, she was going to wait on Robin, because that's what, they do for each other. And Sharice was just like, come on, Giselle, what you doing? And Giselle was just like, go on with your best friend Monique. Go on with your best friend Monique. Ooh, child, the pettiness. And then Giselle ended up talking crap about Karen, talking about, why Karen don't want to go to, smell perfumes and stuff, because that was going to be on the activities list for the day. Why Karen don't want to go smell perfumes? Because she really don't have a line. She really don't have a perfume line. Why she don't want to go? And Karen heard her. She's like, Giselle, what is wrong with you? Why is you trying me? And Giselle was just like, what you mean? What? Like, what you mean? Kept like kind of taunting her. One good hit. That's all Giselle needs. But she ain't gonna do nothing but call the police. Giselle's one of those people that start stuff, but then sit back and run and call you ghetto and trashy and classless and keep this person off of me. But they just, called you everything in the book and bullied you and all this other kind of stuff. Then they surprised when they end up with a black eye. She's one of those people. I guarantee you. So, they're talking and going back and forth. And Giselle brought up the fact that apparently Ray, Karen's husband, is in love with her personal assistant, publicist, Something like that. She's working with Giselle on her makeup line or her book, one of them. And she was just like, yeah, last party or function they had, her name is Erica Lyles. Last party or function they had, Ray followed her all around the party, and then apparently Karen knows it, but Karen was just like, that lady's married, I don't know what you're talking about. And they just really like to mess with Karen bad. But then again, there's the Libra side of me. Then again, I don't know what all Karen done did or how she's taunted these ladies way before this show. But still, they're just really making up for it now. I mean, I think y'all pretty even at this point if Karen did something to y'all. Because it's crazy. It's like they want to bring Karen down so much. Now, mind you, Karen was annoying as hell first season and unlikable and all that. But, I feel like this whole situation has kind of humbled Karen, but she's really just opened up naturally, and Karen's really funny. Karen got her issues, Karen full of shit, Karen lie, all that, but Karen is likable, unlike Giselle, who will give you all that, who will give you her truth, but you don't care because she's so nasty. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Next week should be interesting. It look a little boring, but we shall see. Maybe I'm wrong. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaka. Mr. Chalaka, Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld, Instagram and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook and all the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.